Marcus Coniferous, eh? See what I did there? Was recently doing that thing politicians do where they stand behind a podium and they talk a bunch and then reporters ask them questions that don't have anything to do with what they wanted to talk about. It's like going on a bad first date, but with microphones and maybe a little polyamory. One of them asked about what would happen to people working in the forestry industry due to America's recent decision to do a live action, real time reality TV adaptation of The Emperor's New Clothes, starring a bunch of unfuckable fuckwits. Mark, for his part, had this to say.
And this will take some time, but this is fundamental. We announced a week ago today a new housing strategy for Canada, an intention to double the rate of house building to 500,000 homes a year, and anchoring that back into mass timber, Canadian lumber, and Canadian solutions. So it takes time, and it won't fully replace a U.S. market. We're going to fight hard to get that access to U.S. market, but we also have to have the ambition, and we do have that ambition, to build in this country to use our resources. Thank you.
By the way, if you haven't looked at the Liberals' new housing plan, it is a lot better than I thought it would be when I heard public-private partnership. As I understand it, they're creating a new crown corporation. Remember, we love crown corporations. Conservatives love to sell them off. But, like, crown corporations are so often the reason why things in provinces that have them are so much more affordable than other provinces. Like people in Saskatchewan, if they ever try and sell off SaskTel, fight back. Do all the things I'm not allowed to tell you to do. Like all of them. MTS getting privatized was one of the worst things the Conservatives did to Manitoba, right up there with letting Bell buy that privatized company many years later. Anyway, back to the Liberals' housing strategy. You can read it on their website, which, yeah, just Google Liberal housing plan, since God forbid the Liberals' website give you a clear reason why you should vote for them when it could give you clear instructions on how to donate to them. A side note to whoever is running the Liberal website, think backwards from why is your user going to visit the website. Is it to donate? Maybe, probably not. Is it to see a big ass picture of Mark Carney with a button that says chip in now? Again, probably not. Is it to get information about why I should maybe vote for your party? Yes. And if you want to control messaging, give people what they want to know. And after they've read the good ideas that you have, maybe then put the donate button there for me to ignore because I'm poor. So the major points, as I understand them, is they're going to make a company called Build Canada Homes. It's going to act as a developer to build affordable housing at scale. So not a ton of rinky-dink little project here, little project there that are all inconsistent and we're constantly reinventing the wheel. They're going to be working with Canadian prefabricated home builders, which means things get done quicker and cheaper. And given the fact that everyone keeps using the term crisis to describe housing in Canada for the last few years, quick feels good. They're also going to be ordering in bulk from builders, which means there's no reason to drag out a build, because once you're done with this one that the company gets paid for, you move on to the next one that the company will get paid for, and the next one. It means stable jobs for workers. It means we have heaps of new starter homes in the market, and it won't compete with, a lot of you who bought McMansions and are hoping that you can sell that off as part of your retirement. These don't compete. And because the federal government is acting as the developer, you don't get permits to build affordable housing that after a few bribes suddenly become luxury condos. By the way, this also pairs with the Canadian government's plan to fund apprenticeships for people wanting to move into the trades. So it'll be kind of like socialized education where you get a job that you can do that the country needs and the country pays for your education. It's like they went and listened to the reasons why people weren't just magically doing the jobs that they wanted done, and then they were like, "Hey, if we're the people who make the money and print the money and decide to spend the money, we can decide to spend the money on things the voters need." It's amazing what the government can do when you have someone in charge whose solution to everything isn't just daydreaming about scissoring. This is my favorite part. They're going to be setting homelessness reduction targets with every province and territory to inform housing first investments. That's right, people. The federal fucking government of Canada, under Marcus Coniferous, is acknowledging that it is so much more responsible to provide a home to a homeless person than it is to leave them on their own, to pay the cops to constantly fight with them and scare them, to make benches that nobody can sit on, and to pay hospital staff to patch them up and then kick them out and never actually help them long term. And did I mention this is so much cheaper? That's right. All of these conservative governments who cut funding to shelters and community orgs that work with homeless people, nearly everyone on the street knows or learns what crimes you need to commit to ensure you get locked up for winter. So when you get rid of a place for people to sleep, congrats, you're paying many, many times more for a prison cell. Providing a basic, safe home for these people is so much cheaper than imprisoning them for being poor. It is mind-boggling how much money we waste adding compounded cruelty onto these people. Housing first doesn't mean they get a corner lot in the suburb with a backyard pool. It doesn't mean that they get what you've worked hard for. It means they get the security of being able to lock a door and go to sleep without fear of waking up with someone else inside of them. And I think we can all agree that's important.